Did someone call for a gamer doctor? No, not you, Xaid. I'm referring to Studio Series Gamer Edition Ratchet. Yep. I'm kind of surprised the Gamer Edition is still going. It kind of feels dead in the water. I forgot that Ratchet was announced. But here he is, filling out the Voyager price point, and filling it out, he certainly does. Give you a full 360. Everything's filled in. There's no gaps other than fingering the backpack. Oh no, that's Javi's thing, not mine. Give you a shot of the head. It definitely feels classically Ratchet, but with more detail. And for a fact, here's Siege Ratchet. Yep, they both got head crest, rounded helmet. Although, on the Studio Series one, the mohawk's a bit more pronounced. You know, it's a nice portrait. I'm not 100% sold on the extra detail on the cheekbones, but... And I do appreciate the EKG reading on each shoulder pad, because you can't use the Red Cross. It is copyrighted by them. So this is a good way, in my opinion, to get around that. Also, thematically, it's on the wrists. So he has it in multiple places. And... I guess we can talk about the line-wide gimmick. Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Go. And overall, I like this figure. Now, it's inevitable that this will be repainted into Ironhide, but just like the Bumblebee movie Ratchet, I don't think I'm going to go for the Ironhide version. I much prefer white with red highlights to the red with gray color scheme of Ironhide. I don't know, just something about the bright white is more appealing to me. And you know, I think these shoulder pads are going to be moved like that, because War for Cybertron, Ironhide's whole thing is massive shoulders. So I guess for that reason, these are on a ball joint, and have a panel that does that for no conceivable reason. Doesn't help in robot mode, doesn't affect the transformation. I have yet to see a reason for it to exist other than probably Ironhide. One unfortunate thing, I've already mentioned the backpack and done some unspeakable things to it. Yeah, these wings stick out too far back in my opinion. It's like, sure, you can grab it, but like, it kind of ruins the silhouette a little bit. But yeah, I can deal with it. And if I do recall, there is actually a level, or probably multiple levels, where you actually get to choose to be Ratchet. And I think there's a whole level where you just have, or like one mission where you have to save your teammates. Like you spend the whole time just healing them, which is where this healing accessory comes in. This looks like a gun, and does in fact have a spinning barrel that you can remove because it's pegged in. But this is apparently a healing gun. Insert Borderlands meme here. Oh, there it is. So he can hold it, which, I don't know, doesn't look right to me. It looks much better when you attach it to his arm. You have to attach it sideways to get it to go around the wheel. That actually looks good. And you can stick the arm in the aforementioned backpack. There is a tab in his spine that allows you to plug the arm in. Close the backpack and the arm's gone. His other accessory, click, click, is this axe. Which I don't think works for Ratchet. It doesn't really sit with his vibe, if you will. But the head does pop off, and honestly, I prefer to plug it in the barrel of the gun and pretend it's a missile. It kind of even looks like a missile. And the axe head, you can tab it in the back and have it safely stored while he's healing people. Spinning this barrel and shooting missiles that heal you. Yeah, doctor. That was a terrible accent. Which doctor? Team Fortress 2? Reboot. You choose. You know, this axe, in my opinion, almost puts Optimus Prime's axe to shame. And on that note, size comparison. Here he is with said Optimus Prime. They're about almost the same height for a Voyager. I've already shown off Siege Ratchet, but let's bring him back in for a second. And the rest of his heroic teammates. Sideswipe after he just got revenge for having his jetpack stolen. Not stolen, taken. Ultra Magnus. And Bumblebee. So, I haven't talked articulation, but I also want to bring it up because I have him in this pose. Sort of a walking forward stance. And the main reason I have him in this stance is because this is the easiest way I find to make him stand up straight. So if you have both legs sort of stock still, he tends to lean back on his heels. Well, he doesn't fall over. I'm not a big fan of him just leaning back like that. I don't like it. So after filling in with him, I have found a pose that generally lets him stand straight. Even though it doesn't really look... Oh, there he is. I can see. He's standing like that. So, his head is on a ball joint. Quite a bit of range. Shoulder pads, ball jointed, as previously mentioned, also on a hinge. The shoulder universal motion. Go all the way around. Backpack can come untabbed, and also slides down a bit for transformation, but unnecessary. You can do that for transformation as well. You have a lot of range. You have your mushroom peg bicep swivel, the elbow that can bend 90 degrees either way, and a wrist swivel. This arm does not come off. This one does. But it has the same amount of articulation. The waist, nice and swivelable. The hips, universal motion. You can go all the way out. And they do kind of clash when you're here, but you know, that's negligible. The thigh swivel is not up here, it's a knee swivel. The thigh is one solid piece, and maybe I would have preferred it a thigh swivel versus knee swivel. The knee swivel is a transformation joint as well, so they need to put it down there. I don't know. Knee bend, almost 90 degrees, like 89, 88 maybe. The ankle has quite a lot of bend. And you have a toe joint. Overall posability is good. He's good to pose, but that bending backwards is a thing you have to work around. Mind you, if you're fine with it, you can just pose him flat, but that is maybe the biggest nitpick, kind of flaw, I think, when it comes to this figure. And that's still not even that big a flaw. It's just a really good figure. So let's remove this, and we shall take out the arm, plug the arm back in, and turn him into a little car. Because he's not a van anymore. At least not on Cybertron. The backpack's untabbed. Fold those out. We'll leave it there for now. We're going to untab the chest. Bring the wings. Now, I can never remember off the top of my head where these go. But you also want to kind of slide the head down a little bit. But when you fold the chest all the way up on its double hinge, these panels are going to go inside basically his spinal column. So you want them right there, and then that is going to tab into the backpack, forming the front of the car. Now we come to the arms. They each have a slot right there that's going to have to tab in to those right there. And the best way you can do it is fold up there and like bend. Nope, don't rotate, but like, oh, it's bend it like that far back. It's like bend it farther than you think, and then it's going to lock in. And then you take that separate joint, or you should have already done it, fold it down, and then your arm's off. But the arm is going to tab in a slot right there and tab into the spine if you got it correct. There we go. There we go. And it'll also tab in under the front windshield. So it'll look like that. And like that on the underside. And do the other one. I'll get it right this time and fold the arm down. Yeah, it's a little awkward getting my fingers into that gap to plug the arm in, but once you get it, it's solid, and you have the front kind of chunk of the vehicle mode done. So we want to rotate the waist and then rotate each knee joint. So you have the legs like that, and untab the front shin, and we're just going to leave it there for a moment. Make sure the feet are tabbed into the red sections, and then fold out from his shin that mass of pieces, which are going to fold and lock in. Where? Yeah, make sure the double hinge is as high as you can get it, and then that's going to lock in to there. And then this piece is going to fold all the way back, and you want to fold in the knee and just kind of massage it around the piece until it tabs in everywhere. And it kind of looks like that. Then you'll know you have it completed. We're going to do the same thing, unsurprisingly, on the other side. This, in my opinion, is also slightly fiddly because you're kind of flexing plastic around plastic. If you don't get it right, you bump into the hand, and even when you get it, there you go, it doesn't feel like you got it. And yeah, make sure everything is locked in. That hinge is more important than you think. But just eventually everything will tab together in one secure mass like such. And also the knees right there, they tab together as well. And the shins, they tab together, and they tab into the feet right there. And there you have, well, it's not an ambulance anymore, but it's certainly Cybertronian. And that didn't feel like it took too long. Mind you, I'm still trying to adjust things. It's nice. It's a nice palm full of car. I really respect how big this thing is, given that leg transformation. Like, you know, the budget had to go and make him tall enough to make this still feel like a good size. It feels like a really big mouse, honestly. Like here's it next to my mouse. But like, it feels like one of those big over-designed gamer mouses. Like, you know, the ones with the way too many buttons that are pointless. Like, it feels like one of those mice. Here, I'm playing COD on my laptop, which I probably can't actually do because it's not strong enough to support the game. You know, it's got 4 wheels. I like that the wheels have red lining on them. And we still get the, I know, the EKG reading, if that's what it is. Freaking Should I ask a cardiologist? Can't remember what the line is. And that hand is not lined up properly. You know. I like this car mode. I like it. It's got something that resembles a windscreen for people to look out of. Mind you, there's really nobody on Cybertron other than Cybertronians. So I guess it's supposed to be just the vehicle mode eyes. We also have an Autobot symbol that wasn't on the robot mode because it was hiding on the backpack. Weapon storage? Not really. You can't... I don't see anywhere to actually store that, but you can store the axe on a tab on the top, I think. No, that doesn't. Oh, no, it's these 2 tabs right there. Those go into tabs on the axe. Or tab them the other way. And I guess... Can we even plug this? Oh... Oh. Does the gun... Not really. Huh. It seems a bit odd that I have no place to shove a gun. Hold on. Never mind. I found it. Yep, you can shove it there with the 2 tabs on that. And then shove the axe. I think if you're going to be going at high speeds on Cybertron highways, you might want to ram into something with it, this pointing forward. Who knows? There are also fun things you can do, such as plug the axe. The car drove off my couch. It drove off my couch. Vroom. It's not a flying car, but we were promised a flying car. However, you can do really random things like this. I find that amusing. Things you probably shouldn't do, but can. Anyway, vehicle mode size comparisons, and then I'll give my final thoughts. Here's Optimus Prime. Siege Ratchet. Ultra Frogamus. Ultra Magnus. Side swipe. And Bumblebee. I hate transforming this thing now. I'm worried I'm going to break it every time. But I do recommend this toy. It's a good toy. It's solid. I like this mode. I like this car design. And the robot mode looks cool. If you prefer Ratchet, go for Ratchet. If you prefer Ironhide, wait until Ironhide gets fully released. Because it's only in announcement. I don't even know if they've released images of him yet. But he's inevitable, just like Thanos. Every Ratchet has to be an Ironhide. If they did like a Diaclone black version, I wouldn't mind that. I never picked up the DK2 guard from the Earthrise mold. Could be an alternate skin. Could say it was an alternate skin in the game. You know, whatever you got to do to get your ROI. Yeah. Another one in the gamer score. We're working our way to a platinum trophy. And I wonder what they'll do next. As in, not a repaint. Like, what other characters they'll bring out that get a new mold. This front did remind me for some reason of War for Cybertron Onslaught. And then I looked it up like, oh, never mind. They're very different. It just gave me a thought of Onslaught? But I was wrong. That guy needs a new toy. That combiner needs a new toy. I still have him in the other room. He's the only Bruticus I have. I need a new G1 Bruticus. I have a couple pieces of a G1 Bruticus. Anyway, I know I've used this outro before, but let's log off, gamers. Until next time, who's up for a team deathmatch? Keep it weird. Bye.